Support for How in the Hell Did I Get Here comes from the Coloring Book Coach. Did you know it's possible to heal your heart and more through coloring and the support of the Coloring Book Coach? Visit thecoloringbookcoach.com for your free coloring book. As much as we love to laugh here on How in the Hell Did I Get Here, sometimes life takes a sad turn, and we're going to talk about that a little bit today on the show. If you've been listening, you know that my sister Kari lost her husband Jack last year, and sadly, she also recently and unexpectedly lost their kitty, Daisy, who had been their beloved pet for 15 years. No matter who you are, losing a pet or anyone you care about is a true How in the Hell Did I Get Here moment, especially when, like Kari, you did not see it coming. So I'm going to share a little bit of the conversation today that Kari and I had regarding our pets and how much they mean to us and how hard it can be for us when they pass. You'll hear me talking about my dogs, Rex and Dexter, my miniature long-haired dachshunds who lived to be 15 and 17 and a half respectively. I lost Rex in May of 2015, and Dexter just passed last November, so not that long ago. And since this is How in the Hell Did I Get Here, we're also going to share some of our more funny and poignant stories later in the show. Quick note, as always, today's episode includes swear words. Listen in now to the conversation that Kari and I had.
I'm back to the same thing, with Jack is that I walk around trying to do stuff and everything, and you're like leaky. It's like you just.
Oh no, I know.
Well, you and I have talked about this. Like, there's certain the girl. Even today at the grocery store, I have to shield my eyes when I walk by the dog treats. I'm like, no, keep moving,
yeah.
keep moving.
Yeah, and that's part of it too. Is like something like that. It's like your routine is completely disrupted because was so much part of your routine. And that's,
did that cat get you up every morning? I mean,
mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dexter got me up every morning too.
Her and I had reset our routine, after Jack was gone. And we had just settled into this reset routine. And now I don't have a routine. I have nothing.
We don't have kids. We never had kids. But when Dexter left the planet, I was like, oh my God, I don't know who I am. Because if I'm not, I'm not a dog mom. I don't really know who I am now.
I'm not taking care of anybody or anything.
Yeah, except for yourself. Yeah, no, it's weird.
Yeah. And you don't give a fuck about yourself.
No, it's hard. I mean, it's hard to give a fuck about yourself when you're feeling that down, for sure.
Yeah, I literally had one night when I got up to go to bed, and I was staying up way too late too. Her and I had a routine, and I wound up in the middle of the living room, just literally like spinning in a circle, going. I can't be done. I can't be ready to go to bed. There's more I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, like you have to take it off in your head. Like, okay, I take her outside. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's just hard.
Yeah, I know it is. It's rough. They leave a huge hole. Huge hole. Mm-hmm. But like Sky said, they do leave a huge hole, and you think nobody else can fill it. But then you get another pet, and you're like, oh, then they don't fill the hole, but they give you something new to focus on. So when they go, they'll leave it.
Yeah, and that's really what I'm thinking is like, you're not going to fill that hole. I mean,
no.
The bond her and I had was just, it was intense. I mean, we got each other. We always knew what each other was up to or after or wanted to do. You can form a telepathic mental connection because cats are telepathic, and her breed of cat is considered the most telepathic. So her and I mean, we had conversations every day, sometimes verbally, sometimes just mentally. If you've had an animal since they were little, you get that link. For people who pay attention and understand, you know that cats are telepathic. The evidence is huge. There was a link there that was so strong because I'd had her since she was 5 weeks old. And we got each other. And it's a thing with cats too, but really with this one, she was never like, you're my mama and I'm your baby. She was like, you and me, we're on equal footing.
Right.
Right. I was outside in the pool yesterday, and it's like, there's no Daisy watching me. And I mean, she adored Jack. Jack could do no wrong, but I could do plenty of wrong. And she was literally capable of somehow rolling her eyes at me.
Oh my God. I would like to see that on video.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like you couldn't, it wouldn't be like a person rolling their eyes.
Right,
But
she'd give you that look.
Conveying the exact same thing.
Like seriously? Like the look, like seriously? Are you fucking kidding me?
In our first story, Kari shares the funny story of how she and Jack met Daisy and what happened when they took her home. And I've got some great stories about everybody's favorite naughty beagle, Bentley, and how when he was getting close to leaving the planet, we added Rex, who became a seeing eye dog for him. Rex, also known as Rex the Wonder Dog, brave and true, was a 10-pound black and tan, handsome as hell, long-haired miniature dachshund. In my mind, there are no better dogs, and I'm sure that if you have a breed you love, you feel the same way. So you know what I mean. Rex was just an exemplary dog. I've never met a more dignified, thoughtful, charming, and noble creature. He really was something special. But for now, enjoy today's stories. And if you're a pet owner, you might want to take a minute to hug your pets. This is Kim A. Flodin, and you're listening to How in the Hell Did I Get Here? Jack and Kari agree that it's time to get a kitten. But who knew naming the cat would come with such a big story?
When we got Daisy, we plucked her out of a box at a shelter, a box full of kittens. And when we took her home, out to the car, she crawled on my shoulder. And she was so little tiny that there was no reason to not let her just sit on my shoulder. And mewed for her mother.
Aww.
Looking out the back of the car, out the back window, and just crying her little eyes out.
Think about it. It's like we come and rip them out of their homes.
I know. And it's like, what can you do? You can't explain to a 5-week-old little kitten the reason you just took her away from her mother and her brothers and sisters and the only place she's ever known. And we got her home, and she stayed on my shoulder. We got home, we were walking up to the door of our condo, and she's on my shoulder. And we get in, and I get her off my shoulder and set her down, and she went into the bedroom, crawled under an end table, and went to sleep for 4 hours.
Oh.
And when she woke up, she comes out of the bedroom. Jack and I are in the living room. We're just sitting there watching TV. She comes out like, so anyway.
Like, okay, yeah, we're done with that now. I've moved on. Well, thank God.
It totally was. She's like, she goes and looks like, how are you? And then
I guess this is what we're doing now.
Yeah, and then we had a little garbage can in our next to the coffee table, because we're white trash, I guess. And she
I didn't know white trash people did that. Note to self.
She looks up. Looks around and goes, I'm going to leap up there, and leapt right into the garbage can.
Oh, no. It's like a kitten in one.
Yeah. And we're like, okay, Daisy, welcome home.
Yeah, exactly. Was she already named? Did you name her Daisy on the way home, or when did she get the Daisy name?
She got the name Daisy. I'd already kind of picked it out. We had gone to Mexico just before that, and that was our thing on the plane, was talking about what to name this kitten we were going to get, because she's going to be my birthday present. We didn't know what we were getting at the time, but Jack wanted an orange little girl. And because he'd had an orange kitty before, and that was apparently the best kitty ever. And I'm like, I don't care, whatever.
Yeah, right. A cat's a cat. Come on.
Yeah, they're all wonderful. And so we went and got our little, as he used to call her, our little redheaded girl. Yeah, so we had talked about the name Daisy. When we got the cat, we go to the shelter and we get the cat, and they give us all the paperwork, and they give us her back history and all this stuff on her. And we get the paperwork, and her name is Peaches.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
And they kept calling her Peaches. And we literally walk out the door of the shelter, and we're heading to our car with this little tiny ball of fluff, right? And Jack turns to me and he goes, there's no fucking way that cat is going to be named Peaches. I'm like, that's fine. I don't care for the name of it.
Okay, then.
No, but here's why.
Yeah.
He goes, when I worked Vice, on Hennepin Avenue. The meanest fucking whore on Hennepin Avenue called herself Peaches. There's no way that cat is going to be called Peaches.
Oh, well, good. I'm glad you guys got that straightened around.
Yep. And he was dead serious.
Were you dying? Were you dying laughing?
I was just like, yep, that's fine.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
sometimes you just look at him like, okay, whatever.
I knew he had a problem with the name. I could tell when we were in there. Yeah,
right.
But I knew that we weren't going to name the cat Peaches.
But Peaches was not idea
that okay, we're not going to name her after the meanest whore on Hennepin Avenue.
No. Enough. Yeah. No, that won't be happening.
She was a daisy for sure. So think about it. She knew she was a daisy. 3 days after we got her. Now we live in this little condo. You remember our condo, right? Okay. Yeah, it was 1-bedroom condo. I managed to lose her. In the condo. And I can't find the cat anywhere. And so finally I started just walking around going, Daisy. And I'd hear this little mew. Daisy. Mew. So we did like a hot and cold game,
Right. You guys were doing hide and seek is what you were doing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just go, Daisy, mew. And, and I finally found her. She had somehow gotten into the cupboard under the bathroom sink and the door had shut behind her. I don't, but I finally found her. And if she hadn't responded to her name, I don't know when I would have found her.
Right.
But she already knew she was Daisy, and that if I said Daisy, she would say Mew, and she did that for pretty much her entire life. Actually, it was.
Rex was a dog who obviously lived to serve. It's just too bad that his first client was a cranky old blind beagle. I brought Rex in the last year of Bentley's life, and Rex kind of became Bentley's seeing eye dog. And here's a funny story. Yeah, here's a funny Bentley Rex story. This is like when Bentley was blind, we'd still go for walks just like we always did. And Rex would be in the lead, and Bentley's nose, so good, could just follow Rex, basically.
Yeah.
Well, and I think Rex kind of took pride in that. I mean, he was like not even 2. And so one day we're out going for our walk, and I didn't hear this coming or expect it either. And all of a sudden there's one of those giant big black dogs. What are they called? The really furry ones, not like a Saint Bernard, but bigger and black. Like it's a huge dog. Like it's as huge of a dog, like as small as the dog Rex is. Like that dog is as big as the dog. You know what I mean? The dichotomy of the size was crazy. So the dog startled Bentley, and Rex took that freaking dog on. Yeah. And then from that point on, Rex was like tough dog on the block. I had to cry. I mean, he was like every dog that we saw, if we were walking with Bentley, he was like, rah, 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 like, don't fucking come near us. I was like, oh my God. I mean, it was kind of crazy. He did calm down after Bentley died. But the other funny thing that happened, I think it happened more than once on a walk with Bentley and Rex, is Rex would stop to sniff something because he was also a hound dog. And then he'd go pee, right? And then Bentley would pee on Rex because they were just the right height differential. So it'd be like a fountain. Like Bentley'd be peeing on Rex. Rex would be peeing on whatever Bentley was trying to pee on.
And Rex put up with it?
Well, what was he going to do? He was getting the golden shower. He was taking a leak.
Bentley the blind beagle has just peed on his seeing eye dog pal Rex. Find out how this all plays out after the break. Hey, it's Kim, and I just want to say that the fact that you are listening just blows our minds. Thanks so much. I also wanted to ask you if you'd like to become a producer on the show. Yeah, you, a podcast producer. How do you do that? Well, you just hop over to patreon.com, search for How in the Hell Did I Get Here, and sign up to support us. There's all different levels over there with lots of fun perks. This is an independent podcast, so when you support us, you are truly helping to produce the show. And it's pretty cool to say that you're a podcast producer, right? Head to Patreon. Make it happen. And now, back to our story.
Well, what was he going to do? He was getting the golden shower. He was taking a leak. But I would be like, God damn it, because I'd have to go home and wash the dog.
I don't know what bit of dog psychology that falls under.
Well, Bentley didn't know, he was...
He didn't know he was peeing on Rex.
No, because Rex stopped to sniff something. Both of them, right, were aiming at the same... They were dead on with their aim. It was just that Rex was already there, and so Bentley was peeing on Rex, trying to hit the spot.
So it was basically, it's like, well, here's a good spot to pee.
Right.
And,
and Rex is thinking the same, and Rex is peeing. But he's one step below him, perfectly,
so
yeah.
And it is adorable.
Oh, yeah. And Bentley, towards the end, he got so crabby. He was so cantankerous because he had like some form of doggy Alzheimer's. But he started to have a lot of health issues. And I mean, one time the cleaning lady was at my house and she called me at work and she's like, he's very sick. I think you should come home. And he was super sick. And it was like the trip to the regular vet and then a trip to the U of M. So we're talking cha-ching, 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 and a whole day off work. I missed the whole day because I left at like 10 or something. Yeah, I had to leave him there. And I can't remember even what they thought, if he was having a stroke or whatever. But then it turned out he wasn't. And long story short, we got to go pick him up, I think the next morning or something. So we brought Rex and we came around the corner and they had brought Bentley out into the hallway. And of course, Bentley couldn't see us, but Rex took off for him. It was like the long lost love story, like in the movies, if it would have been in slow motion. Oh my God. Rex was I have pictures of Rex like grooming Bentley and Bentley with his like growling, like his teeth are like bared, like I'm barely fucking putting up with it. He just barely tolerated Rex, and Rex was like so good to Bentley, and like that dog was just a sweet dog. I mean, he just had a great personality. I mean, he just never wanted to be any bother, that dog. No, Rex was a total caretaker.
Thank you so much for listening. If you like today's show, please take a moment to share it with a friend. We really appreciate your help, and if everyone listening today shared the show with just one friend and showed them how to listen, you'll help us double our audience. And that's exciting. Today's show was written, produced, and hosted by Kim A. Flodin. This week's show features myself and my sister, Kari Flodin. We want to give a shout out to the coloring book coach who recently started a podcast called The Month Ahead, which features a monthly energetic reading of what you can expect for the month ahead. Check it out if you get a minute, and be sure to grab your free coloring book at thecoloringbookcoach.com. Our music comes from YouTube's Creator Library. The artist is Silent Partner, and our theme song is 7th Floor Tango. Our ad music is Blue Skies. Meet you back here next week for more How in the Hell Did I Get Here stories. Until then, pay attention, my friends. You just never know when you might find yourself saying, how in the hell did I get here?
So, Rex, his legs were probably maybe 3 inches long, if.
I remember that time they were out in the snow at Mom and Dad's house.
Oh my God. Yeah.
That was so funny.
Yeah.
He's freezing his little balls off.
Well, yes, exactly. I used to have to shovel paths for them because, they couldn't get out there. The snow's over their head.
Yeah.